All right, day 8 update. Um, so, been a couple days since I did one of these things. So today is Wednesday. The last time that I did one of these was on Sunday. Um, to be honest, the last couple of days have definitely been pretty rough from a pain perspective, and also, which then kind of by extension, just from a attitude and just general mental well-being perspective. I was feeling pretty discouraged and frustrated, which is probably why I didn't do one of the videos. Although, um, it's probably more important to do them on the frustrating days than it is the good days. But anyway, um, so Sunday afternoon, after Saturday, not taking any narcotics, the nerve pain has really started to become the key issue in terms of just the general pain that I'm feeling, more so than the knee itself. So that's like a lot, and that's due to like the nerve stuff and the foot drop thing. But so that manifests itself basically like tingling, a lot of like a painful tingling in my foot and like the top of my foot and the outside of my shin and calf. Uh, and it's just it's a nuisance. It's like when I stand up and walk, it starts to feel like a lot of pressure, and makes me feel very hesitant to walk around on it. And then when I lay down and put my foot up, it takes a long time to reach an equilibrium. So that has definitely been a frustrating thing over the course of the last couple of days. So even though I was off all of the narcotics, on Sunday I took one in the evening just to try and get some sleep because it was bothering me a lot. Monday took, I think, one in the afternoon after I had physical therapy, which we'll go into a second. And then yesterday took another one or two in order to sleep. Today, in order to give myself a break, I've been going back on the tramadol, so not oxy, but the lighter weight narcotic tramadol, on a consistent schedule. And so far today, I mean, it has definitely been a relief to not have as much just like consistent, very, very, very irritating pain. So we'll see how that progresses through the day. I've definitely noticed that it gets worse as the day goes on, especially like as I'm doing the exercises and stuff. And I'm going to do a mobility update immediately after this because I think, and I was talking with the PT on Monday, which is the last time that I had a session. It seems like my movement and like range of motion is pretty good, like remains pretty good based off of like averages. The thing that really holds me back is the nerve pain, even trying to do the exercises. But so on Monday, it was, I had like already done the exercises for the day, but I was on the wait list for doing PT, and so they called me in the afternoon and were like, "Hey, can you come in a couple hours?" And I figured I should take advantage of that. So I went in and did PT. So I think that was probably overdoing it a bit on Monday, so was very sore from that yesterday. But it was a helpful session. I think that it's getting easier, and I'll show in the when I do the mobility thing, to do the slide on the ground, ankle towards me, from and away. It's getting easier to do that exercise. The leg lifts I can also do a little bit better. On the bike, I can get up to, I kind of work up to it. So right now I'm doing it, spend the first couple of minutes doing it at level 5, and then I can move up to level 6, which is the highest level for the bike, which is nice. So I can do that. It was fascinating in PT. They did, and I can never remember the name of it. I should be able to figure it out by now. But basically, they put electrodes on the muscles that they were trying to stimulate. And I have like one exercise where I'm laying down and I'm supposed to or have my knee kind of supported on a towel or something, and then supposed to lift using just your quads, lift your shin up and hold it in the air. for like 5 seconds and then let it go down. That, in particular, that exercise has been really painful. Like very concentrated, like in the center of the knee kind of pain. When she did the electrodes and put them on the outside, like immediately what it made me realize is that I had not been using the outside of my quad at all when I was doing all of like the different lifts. And so just making it more difficult, but I think also just kind of like not tweaking it a little bit, so it was putting a lot of extra pressure on my knee that didn't need to be there. And so I think that realizing that was pretty huge, and it made it so that I can focus a lot more on trying to activate my outer quad when both doing the exercises to straighten out and also then to lift. And I was having a hard time doing like lifting my leg up onto like the couch or something without support from my left leg kind of pulling it up. But since I've been thinking about the quad a bit more, it has definitely made that easier. So that was interesting and very helpful. So yeah, in terms of like getting around, I have pretty much stopped using the walker in the house. It just kind of sits in the bedroom in case like in the middle of the night I feel uneasy and I want to use it. But getting around the house, I don't really feel the need to use it. Harping back to this again, but like I feel pretty comfortable moving around. The thing that prevents me from doing it mostly is the nerve pain. So that's kind of what's going on there. And as of today, like for sure, a combination of the tramadol and the fact that I'm just probably less sore from Monday today is definitely easier to get around, which is definitely a relief. What else is worth noting? Pooping on the regular now. We'll see if going on the tramadol puts a hindrance in that, but that is definitely nice. In terms of showering, like showering is pretty fine. It's a little annoying just because I've got to keep the leg dry, so do like a saran wrap like around the incision, and so it's just kind of annoying to like try and hang a foot out of the water and get the rest of my body like wet and that sort of thing. But it's definitely not that big of a deal. Shaved my head this morning, did an absolute freaking hatchet job, so that was fun. And also back to work. So I've got my little station right here. Mouse on this second, and then on the bike. It's actually like pretty comfortable to work, specifically on the bike. It has been difficult more like if I have to do face-to-face meetings because I've been laying on the couch, and that's fine, so I can elevate my leg. But if I have to do like video on meetings, I have to sit up a little bit more. Yesterday, that was giving me a lot of trouble by the end of the day, and I was feeling really exhausted from trying to do that. So less meetings today. It's a lot easier to get like just the administrative and that sort of stuff done than it is to do like real meetings. But keep plugging away at that. Talked to the doctor not too long ago. While I mean he's certainly sympathetic to the fact that I am having nerve pain, he doesn't seem like that is expected for the type of nerve injury or whatever that I have. He still is confident that it's a passive, or that it's an incomplete nerve damage, so feels confident that it's going to recover. And he's this time sort of like by 6 weeks, in his opinion, he thinks that not only will the foot start feeling a lot better, but like we'll start noticing in the knee that gain a lot more flexibility, or just like ability to move there. It seems to me like it's going to be one of those things where as the swelling comes down, it's going to be fairly stark, like the difference. I'm getting that sense because like I can put full pressure on it. It's more about just trying to be careful to not damage things. But as soon as my body starts realizing that it can put weight on it and the swelling goes down, I think that it'll be pretty drastic change once it kind of happens. So hoping that I can be like on the bike in 6 weeks. I'm still on the soccer field 6 weeks. But yeah, what else is worth noting? I don't think anything. But yeah, just kind of continuing doing the exercises and doing the bike and stuff. But hopefully today will continue to be better than the last couple of days, and I'll do a mobility update just so you can see sort of like what I can do. And yeah.